God is a good God, and He just does so much in our lives. And I just want to encourage you that no matter where you are in life or what's going on, God can help you in that. He can even change you and make you a better person. And I just remember I was in church when I first became a Christian, maybe, I don't know, a year or two after I became a Christian. And I remember there was a preacher who came and he was sharing a story from the Bible. It's actually in Luke 30, starting at 36, and it says, when one of the Pharisees invited Jesus to have dinner with him, he went to the Pharisee's house and reclined at the table. And a woman in the town who lived a sinful life learned that Jesus was eating at the Pharisee's house. So she came there with an alabaster jar of perfume. And as she stood behind him at his feet weeping, she began to wet his feet with her tears. Then she wiped them with her hair, kissed them, and poured perfume on them. And then it goes on to say how the Pharisee was upset that Jesus was letting a woman like this touch him. And then later on, Jesus is saying, you didn't give me water to clean my feet, but this woman wet them with her tears and so on. Anyways, as I was listening to the preacher just read off the story, I just remember having thoughts in my mind. Okay, so back in the day, I knew that the streets were pretty dusty and Jesus used to walk a lot. And so I don't know how far he'd walk before he came, and it was pretty customary, I knew, for people to wash their feet as they entered. And going to India every summer, when we used to walk around sometimes in near when they even had paved roads, but there's just so much dust that every night you'd have to wash your feet really good because there'd be all this grime that had built up on it. And so I was just imagining, okay, what did Jesus's feet look like that day? And then, as he's walking, there's always, you could accidentally step in things. I don't know what had happened that day. So I'm thinking of all of this as I'm hearing this story. And then I'm thinking, okay, then this woman is wetting his feet with her tears, which means that his feet are getting really muddy. And after they get muddy, she's taking her clean hair and wiping his feet with them, and she's taking her lips and she's kissing those dirty feet with them. And I just remember thinking, I don't know how this woman could do that, because I think it's disgusting. And as I sat there, I don't even know what the preacher was preaching or what the message was that day, but I just remember as I sat there thinking about it all, I was like, why could this woman do this? And I was like, wow, it's because she loves Jesus. And I remember just thinking, God, I respect you, I honor you, I obey you, but I don't love you. And could you please just change me? Because I want to love you. And what was really interesting was about 3 months later, that same story was recited again in church. And I hadn't done anything differently in this time. It's not like I was sitting there praying a lot or reading my Bible a lot or doing anything different than I had been already doing. But I just remember as that story was said, I just realized, wow, I could do that. God, you really changed me. Like, I do love you now. And I just remember around the same time, I had realized I don't love people either. It's a hard thing to realize, but I just realized if I am busy, I don't stop to make myself available to someone. Like, I remember once I saw somebody struggling up this hill to get into the physics building at the University of Washington, and I just thought, oh, I should help them. And then I was like, nope, I'm going to be late for class. And then when I was still thinking about it, I turned around and I saw someone helping them. And it was just things like that. I would always notice, like, somebody else would do what I knew I should be doing, but I just didn't have the heart to take time out of my busy schedule to do it. And I just remember telling Jesus, I was like, God, I would really like to change. I would like to love people. And it was just interesting. Again, it was like about 3 months later, I just noticed I was stopping to help people. And God had just changed me from the inside out. And so I don't know what you're struggling with. Whatever it is, just know that God wants to help you and He wants to change you, and He will.